Hello and welcome to Even Slower. I apologize.
Up until, last couple of months or so, I used to do a video and blog entry every single day. And this was actually very draining on me. And I just made myself do it. But I realized that this is unhealthy, so sometimes from time to time, I will give myself some time off because I really needed some time off because I was doing other things and they needed my attention more than this blog and YouTube channel. So there are a couple of things I want to say before we get into gaining self-confidence. The technique I'm going to tell you is very powerful if you apply it on a regular basis. I use this on myself and it has dramatically changed my life. So this is a technique that I'm going to tell you about, and it was from a book. And I'm going to show you the book, and this really changed my life. And so, but before we do that, I want to discuss something. I want to get people's input. So, for the most part, I consider A Boy in Wonderland a finished book. Of course, I don't have a publisher yet. It's in the hands of an agent. They haven't read it yet. Now, in my videos, I talk about a lot of the different things that I've done to get to where I'm at today and navigate through autism and all of that. In my blog, I do the same thing. In my book, I do the exact same. However, there are some vital details that I feel that are left out. I have talked about in my video and blogs, I've talked about meditation and other techniques. What I've not discussed much about, though, is my spiritual journey. And a great deal of how I got to where I was at today isn't just everything that I discussed in my videos. Of course, a lot of it is, but also part of it has to do with my spiritual awakening. I'm not a religious person, but I do have spiritual beliefs, but I've gained them through my own experiences, as I believe that it is best to discover things on your own. So this is the first time I'm really talking about this. I'm a little bit nervous because I know that some people, they get very up in arms about spirituality and religion and all of that. Some people get offended by that stuff. But to truly do justice, to truly show how I got to where I was at today regarding autism and all that, spirituality has to be a part of the equation. If you don't want me to talk about that, then tell me you don't want me to talk about that. If you don't want me to write about it in my book, tell me you don't want to write about it, and I won't. If you guys don't want to hear me talk about it, I understand. A lot of people don't like that kind of stuff, so I've been debating, I've been thinking about, though, getting a bit into the spiritual aspect. Not so much as to preach. That's not what I want to do. I just want to talk about how I got to where I was at. And I will tell you some brief things that have helped me as a result of spirituality, like being kinder and nicer to people, opening up my heart more, things of that nature. And so, as a result of my spiritual awakening, like I said, I've been kinder, nicer to people, opening up my heart more, and some of these things have really helped me get to where I was at today and overcome a lot of aspects of autism. So, in a way, I feel like if I talk about this, that I'll be adding more, and from that, you can take that if you like, and maybe it can change your life, maybe not. So, moving on. Confidence. Now, this is a modified technique from a book I got. This is a book that changed my life. I got it in 2006. 5 years ago. It was called Professional Dreamer by this really weird name. Okay, so how exactly has this book changed my life? Well, the exercise, this is not really a self-confidence exercise, but I'm going to use an exercise as a self-confidence exercise. But I have improved my self-confidence. I've become more social. I believe that this book right here is the reason for my first love that I had,
And if you know that story, she broke up with me almost 3 years ago. But this book, inspired me and gave me the tools to do a lot of different things in my life. It's so it's kind of a spiritual book. It's called Professional Dreamer: 6 Simple Steps That Turn Dreams into Reality. So, but it's about visualization and taking action and really, focusing on a thought and then making that thought reality. That's the purpose of the book. So it's kind of like The Secret, but with step-by-step instructions on how to make it work. So, with that said, what I'm about to tell you is not The Secret. This is just one step in the book with my own twist on it. So in the book, it talks about writing down everything that you believe about yourself. So like both the good and the bad. So like you might say, oh, I'm a loser. I'm angry. You might say I'm really awesome. I'm very good at playing video games. I'm very good at drawing. Whatever. You put down everything you believe about yourself. Now, for this exercise, you spend, I'd say, 30 minutes. Just keep writing. Don't stop until after 30 minutes. Just write. And also another thing, do not dwell on a thought. Just write, move on to the next one, keep writing. Alright, so this is the exercise. First, and do this once you're done watching this video. This exercise will help you gain self-confidence, especially if you're on a regular basis. Write everything you believe about yourself, good and bad. Everything. Be honest with yourself. Now, and then do this for 30 minutes. Don't dwell on it too much, just let it pour out of you. Now, once you're done, next step, circle everything that you feel is not true about you. So at first it's what you believe is true, but then you're going to circle things like I'm a loser, things like that. Things that you do, or not necessarily that you don't think are true about you, but that you don't want to be true about you. Circle them. Third thing, look for patterns. I'll give you an example. The last time I did this, now for me, it's less and less each time. It's becoming more and more positive, and it's really empowering me a lot. So last time, I noticed really the barriers in my life. I noticed like I'm afraid to talk to my dad. I'm afraid to talk to girls. So the biggest thing was self-confidence and fear of rejection. So look for themes, write down the themes, and it should be somewhere between 3 and 6 different themes in your life. Write them down, and then now So in other words, I'm saying like condense all these different ideas, all these different things you wrote about yourself into like 3 or 6 different themes. And then just kind of say, and then after you're done with that, so these are like your barriers. So you just have them on a separate sheet of paper. Then go back, rewrite the things that you did not circle. Write down all the positives on a separate sheet of paper. So just go back, rewrite all the positives, and then circle 3 things, the 3 things that you feel the most true about you. So it might be that you're like a good writer, you're a leader, you're whatever. 3 things that you feel are true about you. You're very loving, you're very kind. Whatever these 3 things are true about you, you circle them. So what you do is you decide to live by these 3 virtues, these 3 true things about you. And you say, this is who I am. I am these 3 things. These other things are a part of that, but these 3 things above all else are who I am. And then, with those barriers, you say, these are the barriers I'm going to overcome. And then you decide to overcome them. And then, you tear up your sheet of paper that had the positives and negatives, get rid of it, you don't need it anymore. And then in another month, do the exercise again. And, keep working on it. And this will build your self-confidence. I've been working on that for 5 years. I have tremendously changed since doing that. There's hardly anything negative I say about myself. When I first did, there was a lot of negative things that I believed about myself. And I've really overcome a lot of those barriers. So do that exercise. I'm not saying overnight you're going to change. It's going to take time. Anyway, I thank you for watching this video, and I wish everyone an awesome day of awesomeness. Thank you.